Okay, welcome back to Dubster Live, series where we break down something's dub and let you know if the show's worth watching, I guess, too, while we're at it. And we're back, Di! Tiger and Bunny is back! Why is it coming out in... What?
So we're on Tiger and Bunny, Part 2, Part 1.
Yeah, so we're splitting this second half into two parts, because last time went on for nearly 2.5 hours, and yeah, that was a bit much. So this is going to be episodes 14 through 20. Why? We were planning on doing 6 and 6, but episode 19 kind of ended right in the middle of something, whereas 20 felt like it wrapped up everything, kind of that little mini arc. Oh, yeah. Why does it come out in October? Oh, this isn't really Halloween themed. At least you could say Berserk fits with the season, with the, you know, the demons and all that stuff. And the H.P. Lovecraft. Whatever. Alright. So, firstly, yeah, looks like we were right about the Golden Ryan feminist rant. That was indeed dub only. Yeah, I found that out after already recording the vid. It's pretty evident, though. And I think our thoughts are still the same. It fits in character with Golden Ryan, because he is kind of a twat. That's the sad part. Also, we found out who Gregory Sunshine is. Actually, yeah. Didn't you theorize it was Robbie Damon? You might have.
Yep.
Probably. Well, whatever, it's Robbie Damon, which we, yes, one of our main villains is also voicing Black over there. Mr. Black.
Honestly, if you were a casual, you'll be hard-pressed to figure out it's Robbie.
Yeah, he is doing such a unique voice for Gregory Sunshine. Like, it was one of those things, like, we had to look at the credits to see if it was him, and after knowing it's him, you can hear it more. Like, some of his lines definitely sound like Robbie Damon lines, but he like, even the squeals he makes when he's panicking are just really strange and out there. I just really wonder what the direction was.
It was definitely something.
But yeah, so last time, quick little recap, I guess. The twins, you know, the JYB and his brother, were defeated, and Gregory Sunshine escaped with the drug that enhances nexts. And, yeah. Ouroboros are also a little pissed off as to what's going on, and they're on the move. Well, I guess let's get right into it. You ready, Di?
Yes.
Well, we open with Hero TV as Sky Emblem. That's Sky High and Fire Emblem. I wasn't their official team name Fire Sky?
Yeah.
Whatever. They're doing an interview with them as their team is leading the buddy competition because it's you know, Sky High. Of course he's in lead. And yeah, Tiger and Bunny are kind of depressed. They're in last place. Well, at least Tiger is, because, you know, they're still in the hospital because they're injured. They got fucked up. There is one thing, though, I don't know if you noticed that Sky High and Fire Emblem said. They said they want to take a baking class. I want to know what the fuck that would entail. What?
Would probably be a disaster. I'm down.
Well, Lloyd seems frustrated that T and B are still injured because he's losing money, and he comments on this over Mario's voice on the TV. Yeah, it's kind of dumb. Actually, we get a lot of that this season with the recycled voices. Speaking of recycled voices, Di, do you want to get an Are You Happy doll? Okay, so Ashota, voiced by Karina, because she's used a lot in this side of episodes too, gives Team T and B an Are You Happy doll. And this thing creeps me the fuck out, dude. It just repeatedly asks, Are you happy? Am I the only one who finds this thing creepy?
I think that's what it's going for.
They better play a major role in the second thing. It would fit with the motif, because the word dolls were used as a pseudo-motif with the twins, and yeah. But yeah, a lot of this episode is just reintroducing us to the teams and their dynamics. So, like, Black and Thomas, they're still struggling to get along, as Thomas is like, the only thing I regret is relying on you useless man.
You are.
Yeah. Wait a minute, what? Well, Mattia, who is a name I did not remember before looking at my notes when he first showed up in this set. That's whatever. That's Bunny's friend. Tells him he's looking into a way to deactivate the drug, that he's trying to experiment to find other means to stop it. I think that might play in later. Guess I don't know.
Finale.
Yeah. Well, Tiger and Bunny are allowed to attend the fan event. Yeah, they mentioned that Sky High and Fire Emblem are going to be at the fan event because they're in the lead. So, but it's supposed to be a surprise that they're being discharged to be there. As we cut to Kyle Aber and Henry Didman ad voices discussing, saying they'll only go to the event if T and B are there. Otherwise, they don't even care. Yeah, Kyle Aber is really bad in this set, too. Now, here's something I was wondering, man. So, Origami Cyclone turns into the Keith cameraman. I know his name's Morris. Why did he do this again? It was something to do with wanting to get stuff on Agnes, right?
To show that their merch was selling.
To see the merch. Yeah, to see the merch sales. Okay, that's what it was. Yeah. Well, anyways, the main takeaway here is he sees the surprise on the schedule of T and B's appearance at the event, and he tells everyone else, and the heroes are kind of pissed off that he spoiled the surprise because now they have to act like they don't know about the surprise. But it also states on the schedule that Tiger and Bunny are supposed to pretend that they're done heroing after this event, more or less. So it's an endless loop. Yeah, it's an endless loop of pretending. T and B have to pretend that this is their last appearance, while they have to pretend they don't know that T and B are back, and also pretending. It's really tough. Well, at the event, Tiger and Bunny do arrive with the heroes, basically. And overacting. Actually, yeah, it's right before the event. Tiger and Bunny arrive, and Tiger's overacting, saying, "Damn it, this sucks! I can't believe I can't do this anymore!"
And they're all laughing in the
they're all holding back from laughing. And when they leave, Tiger's like, "Yeah, they bought it, right? They didn't notice a thing, right? Totally got this."
Right.
Well, we can't celebrate with the fan event, though, because Lunatic, or Yuri, I guess. It's confusing his name's Yuri when we have Bunny voiced by Yuri Lowenthal. I'll just call him Yuri for now till Lunatic shows up. Request the heroes be deployed because a group of Nexts are on a rioting rampage.
They're on a rampage.
And the heroes are all sent to intercept. Isn't one of them like a frogman or some shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, some of these abilities are just fucking weird.
As they usually are.
Yeah, these Nexts can't even talk. They're clearly on the drugs of some kind.
Yeah, they clearly got the hugs.
Yeah. I mean, hey, at least Henry and Kyle ad voices get saved by T and B, and they're like, "This is the happiest day of our lives. Oh my god." But yeah, this fight's just more or less meant to show what everyone's abilities are again. And to show that shit is getting real. And a young girl more or less says her dad was acting strange before he started rampaging too, because he was an ex. As the episode ends with Sunshine laughing. Wonder what that's all about.
Wasn't that funny?
I mean, I thought it was kind of funny. Well, the next episode, we have the, what's the fuck's his name? Golden Asshole Ryan. There we go. He has a nightmare about his tragedy. It's just going to be a thing with him, I guess. Because you all know Gregory Sunshine kind of fucked him up when he went off on his own to another place with other heroes. As Tiger and Bunny are having a bickering, fun, teasing each other thing. They're like, "Oh, come on, we're not really teasing each other. Yeah, but look at Mr. Black and Thomas. They're still not getting along, man." Now, here's the question, though. Is Black that incompetent, or is Thomas just a dick?
Yes.
Oh. Well,
Hope that answers your question.
we cut to Yuri as he reveals the next who were arrested were acting very strange just before lashing out, confirming what that Lolly said from last episode. Oh, that's another thing too, I guess. When Tiger and Bunny are leaving the meeting place, they do continue the running joke of the drink thing. That they have to get a drink sometime. Do you think they're ever going to...
It keeps happening even after this.
Don't worry. Golden Ryan has yet another flashback.
They're not gonna get. It's not gonna happen until the final episode.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be how it ends. I'm calling it. We genuinely don't know. We haven't seen the back half yet, but yeah. So Golden Ryan has a dream about Kyle Aber telling him, "Are you all right?" Blah blah blah. Before cutting to a news reporter talking about the riots, voiced by Kyle Aber. Motherfucker. But yeah, they did do kind of a. What's up?
Or at least you're assuming it's. We're assuming some of these are.
Oh no, I'm 99% certain some like these are Kyle Aber here because he's doing the straight up Kyle Aber voice. There's a couple we thought were him, but turned out to be someone else. We'll get to them though. But yeah, so they did do a cool thing here where Mattia and Bunny are talking about Tiger while Tiger and Rose are talking about Bunny. You know, like basically being like, yeah, this thing he does annoys me, more or less, but he's still a good dude. He's still my partner, etc. Also, Rose and Tiger agree to go out to dinner together as the other heroes try playing wingman. Except you, Rock Bison. Everyone has to play. No. He can't make it. Because Tiger's like, oh, you guys want to join us? Rock Bison's the only one to say, sure, I'll come with you for dinner. So everyone's like, you dumbass, no. Come on.
You look dumb compared to Golden Ryan, then you know you fucked.
Yeah, Golden Ryan plays wingman here. Good for you, Golden Ryan. You've definitely changed a lot since your episode where you're like, Blue Rose is gonna break up with me for Tiger. She's gonna join him. I can't take it. Well, cut to the date, and the waitress is voiced by Karina again. Fucker. As Tiger tells Blue Rose about how he and his dead wife went to this place a lot back in the day. Did he just make it awkward, or do you think Blue Rose is happy to learn something else about him?
Yes.
Well, doesn't matter. Another riot breaks out with more of these infected necks, as everyone is assembled once again. Hey, one of them can even... Did he say he could use his hair to make things explode? Or something?
Shoots it out with really sharp projectiles, and he made a truck explode.
Well, one of these necks is actually coherently able to talk and think for themselves, or herself. And I think you said this one might have been voiced by Ann Yako, because she does show up in the next episode.
I wouldn't be surprised. It is them.
Well, this also rolls back on when we get to her actual character, don't worry. But, yeah, Bunny realizes that she's putting on an act, because she was just basically doing a Notice Me Senpai looking for someone to notice her. And after it's everything... What's up?
You know, it's the usual thing it does, trying to fit with the theme of the episode.
Yeah, this is one that was a little weird to me, because Blue Rose more or less talks to her, giving her advice, like saying, you know, be careful with how you love someone, because you might do something that you'll regret, and you don't know the lengths you could go to for love, that it's a lesson we all have to learn, making it sound like she's gone to some really fucked up lengths for her love for Tiger. At least that's how it came across to me, I don't know. It's like, what? But you haven't done anything wrong. So does fit with the theme, though, I guess. What?
I think she's talking about how she shouldn't let her obsession with Tiger slip too far or something.
Yeah, that's probably it. Well, after that,
we leave off at the end of the episode, anyways. Yeah,
Tiger makes things awkward after the Nex is carted away. Basically said, he's like,
as he does.
Yeah, he's like, you know, Blue Rose, that was fun dinner plans or whatever that we had. You could consider me like a weird uncle of yours or something. Yeah, Golden Ryan immediately pulls Blue Rose away before, exactly. Before he can make things any more awkward. As Buddy says, being as dense as you, Tiger, should be a crime. And he's like, what did I say? And it's like, dude, everyone fucking knows. At the hero meeting earlier, even, like, Sky High was like, what? You guys talking about how Blue Rose is in love with Wild Tiger? Yeah, we know. Like, even he fucking noticed, and it's Sky High.
You talk about the guy who named his second dog, John.
Yeah. Well, let's see what Golden Ryan. He's like, well, I pulled you away because it looked like you were about to get emotional. Also, I had to talk to you. You better not go into a feminist. Oh, wait, no, he's not. He's just telling her about his nightmares. Okay, fair enough.
He words them really poorly, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he basically... Oh my god, dog. Well, they basically have a heart-to-heart where he's like, I'm glad I have a partner I can rely on now to open up about this shit, because I got my foot... got really fucked up during the last interaction with Gregory Sunshine. And Ryan's knowledge, he's still behind bars, so he's going to have a really fun time in a few eps, I imagine. But yeah. Golden Ryan also assures her there's more to life than just love, as Blue Rose says that, well, she thinks she's going to put her love for Wild Tiger on hold for now at the very least, till she could sort everything and all that shit out. We'll see where that leads. What, man? I told you, I ship those two.
Oh god, it's a shipper, the worst kind.
Well, at the end of the app, we cut to Yuri, and he's looking into things on his own, also having conversations with his mom, who's kind of senile, being like, your father will handle this, dear, don't worry.
She always has been.
Yeah. But Yuri still cares about her. See, he's good son Coon. But the next episode, Mr. Black decides to go on vacation as Thomas seems uninterested, like he doesn't care. Oh yeah, and a woman approaches Mr. Black. That's right, that's how this episode ends, post-credit scene.
Yeah.
As Sunshine is laughing again. Speaking of this woman, her name is Ruby, and this is the one voiced by Ann Yako. You all know her as A from Genshin Impact. Or Raiden Shogun.
Or Makoto.
Yeah. I guess she's the new Lucian or Rushian, whatever the hell his name is, from the Bastard remake as well. But yeah. So we'll come back to them in a minute, because first we have a hero meeting. On the news, they have now decided to give the infected next names X. Pretty sure this is definitely a reference to X-Men, especially with where this plot goes in like an episode or two.
Or if you wanted to include obligatory tags for JJK.
Oh yeah.
Just Nabari.
Oh yeah, she is Nabari. There you go. You got another role from her. Which, speaking of which, back with Black. See what I did. Yeah. They seem to be having a good time, as she took him to a Mr. Legend statue. Because everyone loves Mr. Legend, right? Yeah. Keep in mind, though, he's having a conversation, a really nice one, with an Ann Yako voiced person, as we cut to Thomas, who's in the middle of an interview, getting interviewed by Ann Yako.
Never change, LA.
Well, this is when Thomas believes that might protects everyone, channeling his inner Virgil, I guess. And, yeah, this is when their manager, Carlotta, whatever the fuck her name is, Naruto. Just gonna call her Naruto.
I don't think it. It's just weird.
Yeah, she confirmed this a little while back, but I'll bring it up now because it's relevant, that they're not supposed to reply to any fan mail that they receive, any DMs that they get or whatever, which I guess just because you're not supposed to get too involved with the normal civs, but
And
Wouldn't
you
that...
never know what kind of crazies are out there.
Yeah. I guess it all depends, because you'd think also that would improve the hero's popularity if
And
they're
it,
said to reply to fan mail. It's one of those
and it's also,
situations
and it's
where,
probably also a sponsor to sponsor thing.
yeah, I don't know.
Clearly sponsor is against it.
Yeah,
Others
because,
might not be.
oh no, I just think like replying to fan mail would be the thing that would make the hero more popular, because it's like, oh dude, he acknowledged his fans, he's fucking cool, etc.
Yeah,
Well,
then that's the thing that leads to crazy fans who are way too obsessed with you.
those were the fun wait a minute. Well,
Who eventually start a cult based around you, then it just gets awkward.
we don't have time for
Like,
cults though, because there's another X riot brewing, man. As the heroes are all sent out, and yeah, Ruby is with Mr. Black. Shit's getting real there. She tells him, "Save the children and the old people. You have to." And yeah, Thomas, being a dick, decides to rush in alone, even though Tiger's like, "What are you doing, dude? We're supposed to work in pairs." Fuck you! I don't need to work pairs. I'm edgy right now. But this is what it's revealed, something that you're able to call a mile away because of the hair and eye color.
yep.
When Thomas runs into Black, he says you have to save Ruby because Ruby is actually your sister!
Yeah.
So, yeah, you said she had the same hair and eye color as Thomas, which... I looked back, pretty sure she was Eden Regal and as her Lolly in part 1. So she changed Buzz. Whatever.
I mean, that one's probably for the better with how much Kaede's in this season.
Yeah. Well, there were a couple of scenes where Kaede was talking to Tiger, but it's just a typical How Are You shit. That's why we glossed over them. Come on, guys. We're trying to keep this under 2 hours this time. Well, Mr. Black and Team T and B take on an X who reacts to sound, and you say shoots mouth lasers whenever he hears a sound or something.
Yeah.
And the main point of this fight is to show that Bunny is still really hurt when he activates his powers. This was foreshadowed at the start of the episode, when Bunny was training.
He's running on the treadmill and really favoring that leg of his.
Yeah. So, they managed to take down the monster, but, you know, they managed to cut a legend statue in half.
I'm sure Yuri's real distraught about it.
Well, Thomas manages to reunite with his sister, Ruby, and he seems to be alright. But before we could get back to that, we get a bunch of ad voice civs that are turning on the Next, or the heroes. So I told you guys the X-Men stuff would play into this. Heroes are about to be ostracized. Basically, it's the whole thing, blaming the actions of the many for the actions of the few thing. Then again, you people shouldn't live in Sternbilt in the first place with how much this place gets fucked up.
The crime capital of the world.
Well, Bunny agrees to have his leg looked at when Tiger approaches him about it. It's like, fine, I'll get it looked at, but trust me, I'm fine, man. Meanwhile, Thomas and Black are with his sister, and Thomas is like, you know what, Black, you could stick around. Why not? But how did you even find her? And this is when it's revealed Black actually does respond to fan mail. He doesn't listen to the sponsors, which probably explains why he said earlier his popularity was increasing a bit. So I get the whole crazy fan thing, but I also do think that, I don't know. It's one of those gray area things.
Just responding to them like that, it's a slippery slope in the end.
Yeah. I mean, Vic Mignogna responds to everyone, but that's different. He's sex. Anyways, enough about that. Yeah, so she basically explains that she reached out to him because she couldn't get any response from Thomas when she tried reaching out to Thomas directly. Again, he won't reply to fan mail, but Black does. And Black explains the reason he did this was to pay Thomas back, because we cut to a flashback when he tried using his barrier as a weapon. Didn't he try turning it into a staff or something?
Yeah, he said, don't worry, I perfected this move. Then it failed on him.
I feel like he's probably going to perfect it in the finale or something in the climax.
No, you act like you've seen this before.
Well, Thomas ends up having to save him, so that's why he's like, I did it to help you out, man. And Thomas is like, thank you. I now acknowledge you. You're not as useless as I thought. Well, the happy reunion has to end, though, because we cut to Bunny as the doctor tells him, yeah, the pain's going to get worse every time you use your powers, so, you might not be heroing too much longer, man. And the episode more or less ends with Yuri eating food with his mom. Meanwhile, with Sunshine, though, as the plan is about to kick into phase 2, because he's working with Sigourney, who are we going to just call from now on Ripley. Can't stop us. That's the chick from Set 1 guys that worked with the Kirk Thornton and the twins. What?
I mean, you always love bottoms over the barrel. I mean, what?
What? I'm confused.
Jokes.
Oh. Gonna say. Well, I guess we'll find out what phase 2 is soon, as we're at a council meeting about what to do with the next. The mayor, who's no longer Dave Wittenberg, now he's Bill Butts, whose most known role would be Miles Morgan from Engage Kiss. Or Blood from the Faraway Paladin. And, to be honest, the mayor only has, like, maybe a few sentences so far for what we've seen in the first half of this set.
And the mayor really... I mean, in the entirety of his appearances, he only has a few sentences total.
Yeah.
What's a few more?
Yeah. So they're still debating on what to do with the heroes, basically. Like, should we quarantine them, have them all isolated and locked up, blah, blah, blah. Again, you all know fucking X-Men. We're basically going down that road.
And as usual, the decisions aren't made by him.
Yep.
He's clearly controlled by... He's still a puppet.
But Puppet's 2 letters away from Puppy. Well... Tiger and Bunny are talking about his injury as Tiger's like, come on, man, you gotta stay off your leg. But he's like, I don't want to, though. I feel so useless and I hate it. So, nothing much different on that front. But hey, at least Gregory Sunshine is happy the plan is working out. He says the town is so deserted because everyone's staying indoors or evacuating. And he loves when that shit happens.
He can feel the sunshine.
Yeah, we have a flashback explaining how he started working with Ouroboros and Ripley over there. Because after he shot the twins, they kind of tracked him down, saying, hey, asshole, you kind of ruined our plan, so you're going to work with us now whether you like it or not. Oh, yeah.
And if you can't trust a chronic alcoholic, who can you trust?
Yeah, this whole time he's either been taking the drugs or getting drunk every time we pan over to him. But we don't have time for that because a newscaster voiced by Cassandra Lee Morris, damn it, says Oriental Town, Tiger's home village, is being evacuated, sending him into a tailspin of worry, but he calls Kaede and his mom up and they're fine. I guess.
Fine means fine.
But yeah, Yuri makes the announcement to all the heroes, though. The hero activity will be suspended in just a few short days. They must prep and hand in everything, and then go to one of the evacuation
zones. It's only a
zones.
visual thing, but they're also there with her friend from that one episode where she snuck into the city.
Oh, okay. She didn't even talk. So.
But no, she's there every scene. They're there every scene.
Well, do you know who's most upset about this, though?
You.
Lloyd's. Lloyd's is pissed off because they have to stop being heroes, man. And he's like, you guys just got out of the hospital. Are you fucking serious? Do you know how much money my company's losing?
Oh, well, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah. the rest of this episode's more or less just the heroes reminiscing about like the first time they got their the suits. Like, I can't believe it, man. I never thought the day would come I'd be forced to hand my suit in before I retired. This is bullshit. Also, crime rates are skyrocketing because, yeah.
I should have seen that coming.
Yeah, I should mention, if you're all wondering why the city turned on them so quickly and are telling them to isolate, because they believe that this, the next going crazy and becoming X's is a result of a virus that could be spread who knows how. So they're worried that one of the heroes might catch it.
Infected with the T-virus.
Do-do-do. But hey, man, everyone is sad about this. Even Agnes, because what will she do now with her TV show? The ratings, man. The ratings. Well, speaking of replacements, we cut to Tiger talking with Ben. You know, his friend from season 1, the taxi driver dude. He was a Bo, now he's a Bill. Yeah, exactly. These Bill butts now, too. To be fair, I think he had like a sentence. So yeah. I kind of get why they didn't even want to bother. It's one of those blink and you miss it changes, I feel. But yeah, Ben's like, if you need anything, man.
Never show up again.
Yeah, it's a typical, if you need anything, Tiger, I'm here for you, man. You know I got your back. But it's all right. You know who isn't sad and instead they're just crazy? Yuri. Yuri's having visions of his dead dad talking to him and taunting him.
Like he has been this whole season.
Yep. His dad's like, you can't reform. You killed people, you fucking idiot. Trying to pretend to be good. And our episode ends with Thomas going to Black's house and saying he's quitting the hero industry. That he's going to move to the same city that Ruby, his sister, lives in. A hero for her. Yeah. Also, Gregory Sunshine gets into an evac center under the name Kenneth Johnson. I specifically wrote that name down because of how generic it sounded.
The fakest, realest name you'll ever hear.
Yeah. It's alright though, man. Because at this center, we have heard something we've never heard before. Patrick Seitz and a Kyle Aber ad voices arguing about the situation. Oh, and I guess Sunshine hugs someone, turning them into a next. Or an X, I mean. Oh, there's that. But we've got more ad voice recycling. As the next X is going crazy in the center, Keith Silverstein and Liam O'Brien ad voices are commenting on it, including the Liam O'Brien who works for Ouroboros. And seems to be the one that's basically manipulating the mayor. Oh. But yeah. The situation does get resolved quickly enough. It's more or less just to show that X's can be anywhere, man.
X is gonna give it to you.
X gonna give it to you. Well, Tiger and Bunny head out to dinner together, saying that we could finally have some time off, man. Let's go to dinner. Just relax as friends. We're gonna be friends when this is all, even if we're never heroes again, right? Bunny calls him an idiot and is basically saying, dude, really? Yes. Stop being such a dumbass. Unfortunately, though, at the restaurant, a Jameson Price ad voice says, sorry, I'm not going to sell to heroes because, you all are dangerous. I don't want to sell to nexts. Get the hell out of my store. Kind of lucky they went here, though. Being as how that old witness, who, by the way, is voiced by Dave B. Mitchell, apparently Gearus from MK11. Wish you wanted to name something else he was in. But yeah, he's like, I saw... What's up?
I mean, he's in Sonic the Hedgehog now. He's the new voice of Knuckles.
Oh yeah, he is, isn't he?
And the new voice of NFT Hayabusa.
Damn it. Well, he's like, I knew you guys would be here because you frequent this place. What's up? What are you gonna say? You prefer him
Honestly, an
Hayabusa?
improvement.
Yeah, side note, I'm not the biggest fan of Troy Baker's Hayabusa either. He just sounds too, generic, just like any... Well, he sounds like a lot of other Troy Baker roles, but we're getting off topic. So he's like, yeah, you guys frequent this place a lot. And I knew that's why you'd come here. I saw the whole thing at the center. This guy, he just hugged someone, and then they turned into an X. And that's what they're like, wait, you're serious? Bunny immediately calls up Mattia, and Mattia confirms after the man's described, like, yeah, dude, that's Sunshine. That's definitely him. I saw him at the lab. He's the guy that ran off with the drug. So now they have a plan. They try convincing the mayor, but he's like, I don't give a shit. No, this is bullshit. You guys don't even have any hard proof. Get the hell out of here. But yeah, Ryan more or less tells everyone the story that the guy's name is Gregory Sunshine, and people would call him Hug the Gregory. I'm totally titling this part that after that. that was his super villain name, Hug the Gregory. Just come on. Yeah. So this is what. What's that? What? Ah, they were gonna say something. You know.
My leg.
My leg, because Tiger more or less like, Bunny, you can't go out there, your leg. And every other hero's like, wait, what about your leg? And Tiger's like, nothing. Damn it, I did this dumb shit again. But in all fairness, Bunny does agree to stay back after they say that they wouldn't be able to perform at their fullest knowing that Bunny is injured. So he agrees to stay behind. And this is when Golden Ryan says to Blue Rose some really, really awkward shit. And by that I mean, he says he's glad to get a second chance to see his lover, Gregory Sunshine, again. And Blue Rose even comments on... I do too, but come on, man. Even Blue Rose is like,
he worded it so awkward.
Yeah, Blue Rose is all into it too. She's like, oh, well, how nice for you. And it's like, what? What the fuck? Well, Mattia calls Bunny, trying to say, no, I got the wrong... Very what? Very normal.
Exactly. I think this headset's desynced. I'm gonna reset it real quick. You go on.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Patrick cites again, and he's like, no, man, this guy was a dick. Trust me, I would never forget him. That's him. What?
Anyways.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Why'd Street Fighter kick me off the training mode?
Because you were training too hard.
Well, the heroes meet up at the place. Mattia, it turns out Sunshine got away. They suspect Mattia might have betrayed them.
Resident Evil Afterlife is a traitor.
Bunny does try defending him, but he immediately thinks back to Maverick. It even plays his theme.
Cue theme song. And his Street Fighter hand. Speaking of Street Fighter.
Well, Mattia, it turns out, tried offing himself with the drugs. Yeah, he tried ODing.
With drugs. And gasoline.
Well...
And a fire.
It didn't work out very well. People found him, and after waking up, he has memory loss, not knowing what happened as Tiger and Bunny are talking to him. And then that's when it clicks with him. I remember seeing something about a next that can fuck with memories or control people. And we find out that's what Ripley's ability is. So how does it work exactly?
They can control someone by touching them, but it requires them to, their body can't move at all during this process, so it's a very...
Yeah, it's not really apt. Well, Sunshine is falling out of favor with Ouroboros because they're like, you idiot, you were almost caught up because of this dumb alcohol shit. But he manages to weasel his way out of getting murked by saying that if he can't hug the next, they can't go crazy. So they need him. Also, news report narrated by Michael St. Nicholas is on. What? What are you going to say?
Yeah, and judging from how she acted after it was over, all exhausted, I don't think the theory of her using it to make them fight each other is gonna work.
Yeah. Unless she takes the drug and it makes her powers more powerful.
Yeah,
or something.
That's probably the only way.
Because I was thinking that she was going to use it and make the heroes fight each other so we could have another Tiger versus Bunny fight or something. But we'll see. But yeah, so the news narration is about a next named Little Aurora being on the move. Who's a next, she can amplify all of her brain activity. So she's basically a psychic. Speaking of X-Men, I guess. And she's voiced by Dorothy Fawn. Kaoru from the old Rurouni Kenshin anime, I have to say that now since it's getting a remake. And Fujisaki from Danganronpa. And I guess a billion other things too.
And I'm sure she'll totally get her back since she's still a voice. No.
Oh no, the new Kenshin anime, unless it goes to Netflix, probably going to be fucking dubbed out of Texas. Well, I mean, if they get the movie cast back, I wouldn't be too mad about that, I guess. Well, they basically say that she's here and that she can use her mental abilities to quell the rage of the X's. So Ouroboros are kind of concerned about this.
Of course they're concerned. They won't stop saying her fucking name.
Yeah, they say Little Aurora like 15 times. Is she even that small?
No, she's just your typical old lady.
Yeah, like what? Yeah, they're like, she hasn't opened her eyes ever since her next abilities awakened. Well, Tiger and Bunny agree to still focus on Gregory's Sunshine because they believe they're in the right path or right trail. Cut back to Gregory's Sunshine, and in anger, he shoots a Jameson Price civilian. Come on, man. What did Jameson Price do to you?
Be irrelevant in the Fullbring arc. Clearly it was all his fault that they adopted that arc so... Like,
you talk about Chad? Poor
yes.
Chad. Well...
Irrelevant in his own arc.
Tiger has a brilliant idea to get security footage of what happened at the center from a Keith Silverstein voice, damn it. As Yuri is still talking to
I'm surprised at this point.
You're right. As Yuri's talking to his mom still and being like, I'll be home soon, Mother. Don't worry. It's all good. After immediately hanging up the phone, though, yeah, his mom's house gets broken into. I'm sure this is going to go just fine. Well, in order to protect Mattia, meanwhile, so they don't come after him again, they take him to Saito's place, who we now know is voiced by Jamie Simone, Mizuhiro from Bleach. He's not Dave Wittenberg anymore either. But I mean, all he does is whisper, so...
You can't even tell.
Yeah. I actually like what they did here, though, with this camera footage that they watch, where they can't make out what's being said. So Tiger uses his power to increase his hearing. To see what's being said or whatever.
That's like always one of the underutilized things about their powers.
Yes, I didn't.
It does that.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, oh, that's an interesting use for it. Because yeah, it's like Kaioken basically, where it improves all of your senses too. Well, he hears something about Mission A being said. As Mattia remembers, yeah, I heard that term, Mission A, back at the lab with the twins. What does that mean? I don't know. We got to find out. And they more or less come to the conclusion that the plan is to cause distrust between heroes and the civilians. So, you know.
We're next in the normies.
Yeah. And I mean, it's kind of working. Well... Cut to the criminals that broke into Yuri's house, Henry and Lucas, as they're on the run. Tiger and Bunny end up spotting them as they're looking around and chase after them. Henry is voiced by Chris Hackney, Ayato from Genshin Impact, or as we keep calling him, the Turtle from Tower of God. You're not stopping me from calling him that. And Lucas being Dave B. Mitchell again, who we thought was Kyle Aber for a couple of his lines.
Yeah.
Well, cut away from the chase, and Yuri gets a call about the break-in, and yeah, he's wondering, well, what the hell happened? You need to show up here immediately, Yuri. It's not good. And the episode ends with the cops now chasing down Tiger and Bunny instead of the criminals. Remember, Tiger and Bunny are going against what they're supposed to do. You're not supposed to be heroing anymore. But yeah. Cut back to Yuri, and it turns out that his mother was shot and moited. I don't see this going very well at all. I think Henry and Lucas really fucked up, man.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, at least her attendant Elena survived. Apparently she's voiced by Cassandra Lee Morris also, but she barely talked, so it didn't really matter. And her attendant did explain how she was shot over cookies. That's when we flash back to the beat, like, these cookies are disgusting. And Yuri's mom was like, no, those cookies are for my Yuri, you son of a bitch. Put the cookie down, now!
Yeah, she said it exactly like that.
Yeah, he assures her, though, that they would have shot her anyways, because, I mean, yeah. They shot everyone.
Everyone else was shot before her at the other scenes.
It's okay. Mr. Legend's taunting Yuri, saying, what are you gonna do, huh? Huh? Where's your sense of justice getting you out, huh, little bitch?
Man. And I thought my regular dad was an asshole. Ghost dad is the worst.
Well, the Popo stopped Tiger and Bunny, and because apparently Henry and Lucas ended up crashing their car, which is reported on by a cop voiced by Chris Hackney, mind you.
Yep.
Well, not like it matters. Lunatic arrives. Yes, he's back. After 20 episodes of build-up, we finally get him. Is it worth it? Yes, he kills the shit out of both Lucas and Henry. And I mean, come on, do you blame him? T and B arrive. Tiger can't use his powers yet because they haven't recharged yet. Remember, super hearing from the camera thing. And Bunny is not really any match for him because of his injury. So, yay?
I'm sure it'll be fine. And they also don't have their suits either.
Well, it's alright. Lunatic falls back.
It's even better for them.
Yeah, Lunatic falls back for now, though. He has more important things to do. As we have a Wallace sad voice on the news, still commenting on the situation about the heroes going against what they were told to do. You know, TNB, basically. And yeah, they have to sign a new contract now, basically stating if they interfere again, they'll be fired. I don't think they're going to listen, though. I think they're going to interfere again anyways, aren't they?
No.
Well, Yuri then visits Tiger and Bunny to hand them the form to sign, again in his Yuri form now, obviously, as he tells them about the story of Mr. Legend. Yeah, and how that's his dad. They didn't know that yet, if you all remember. And how he's telling Tiger, because Tiger's like, I don't want to sign this. I want to be a hero till the day I die. And he's like, be careful. Your powers can overtake you. I saw what happens when they faded completely, and my father couldn't accept it. It's, again, actually a really well done scene. And everyone here does a really good job with the dub as well. And Tiger more or less says, thank you for being honest and telling me the truth, but Mr. Legend still saved me at the end of the day and inspired me to be a hero, so he still inspired me personally. Besides that, I feel like maybe he wouldn't be as much of a dick if he had a partner like I do to punch him if he went off the rails. So see, Tiger and Bunny really are friends.
Yeah, they'll punch each other when needed.
Well, Yuri's like, well, alright then, you have fun with that, I guess. I was just warning you. Anyways, I'm peacing out, yo. I think my dad's ghost is about to torment me again.
Oh, hi, Dad Ghost.
Well, Bunny assures Tiger that now he wants to win the partner contest after hearing this. He believes that they can inspire people that with Tiger's fading powers because of his age and Bunny's injury, if they were to win, how many people would that inspire around the world? Yeah, that makes sense. Well, back to Yuri, and we're closing in on the end of this little set. He has a flashback where young Yuri is voiced by Erica Mendez. You all know, going from Hunter x Hunter, or Worst Girl Ayaka from Genshin, right, Dai? But you know,
what a story, Mark.
I have to give them credit. At least they didn't have young Yuri voiced by Zeno Robinson. I am never letting that go. Go fuck yourself, Platinum End.
Or they could have went the season 1 route and haven't been voiced by Liam.
Yeah, at least they didn't do that. Well, Mr. Legend's ghost finally comforts Yuri, basically telling him, just stay true to yourself, man, and believe in your own justice. It was like, why are you telling me this now? Stop it. Don't be nice to me. I hate you. As Yuri is clearly losing his fucking mind. So, yeah, Yuri is going insane, screaming and everything, like, stop it, no. And Mr. Legend's ghost fades off as he realizes, oh shit, the ghost went away, my mom's dead, I'm all alone, no. And didn't he say this when he passes out in a pool of his dried dried blood of his mom?
Yep.
Yeah. So, Lunatic is clearly still losing his fucking mind. To be honest, this one episode alone, Liam O'Brien did an amazing job as him. Oh, that's how we end I guess, second portion of Tiger and Bunny Season 2 for now. The first half of it.
Season 2, Part 1.
But yeah. Ouroboros are still scheming something after, earlier they did say something about having eyes and ears everywhere. So, we'll find out what this all means later, though, I guess next time.
What does that even mean?
But until then, yeah, this set was alright. Again, we'll wait till we're done with all 5 episodes to judge everything. And thankfully, I didn't notice any stupid dub changes that were egregious that I could call out.
No.
Like you, Golden Ryan.
No.
But yeah.
I mean, if Sonic Boom shows you all the problems with your feminist riot, then you have problems.
I forgot you showed me that stupid clip.
If you want to know what I'm talking about, just type in Knuckles feminist.
Yeah. I'll say it's a 25-second clip, and it's like, this is so dumb that this stupid cartoon got this correct. But yeah, we'll be back, I guess, with more Tiger and Bunny soon. With the last part of it, actually. I don't think this has been greenlit for a season 3, and we'll see if it ever does get one. Who knows? So this next time might be the final set of Tiger and Bunny. Then again, we never expected to get a season 2. But it did.
And then it's getting a movie.
I could see that being the case.
That's the only thing everything gets.
I could see that being the case. But yeah, let us know what y'all thought of Tiger and Bunny thus far. And We'll be back with the last 5 episodes, the climax of this whole situation, what it's been building up to. Thanks again for watching, guys. What?
Gonna show up?
I don't... Oh, yeah. Yeah, we gotta see what Ripley's up to. Well, thanks again for watching, guys. So kind of episode, all that stuff, and thanks again. Hope you have yourselves a great day. And remember, everyone, to come up with the best team names you can for these heroes. Come on, Dom, I'm sure you could think of some funny ones for next time.
Flame Hide. Wait a minute.
No, we already dealt with him last time, and he was also Robbie Damon. Back to the ground! Alright, we'll be back, guys. Till next time. MVP of this set, I mean, Liam O'Brien was my personal favorite just on the Lunatic episode alone. That was fucking great. But alright. Enough rambling. We'll be back. Have a great day, guys. Thanks again.